Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm showing you how I modify Mamiya 645 film lenses to fit on Phase 1 XF body. This is first generation XF. This is the latest version of 80 1.9. Dot to dot, you can see it will fit, but I can't turn this lens to mount it. You can probably see there's a tiny gap there. That means this lens is not seated properly all the way to the back. That means this face is not mated with this ring yet. The problem is this is a later version Schneider 82.8 with a leaf shutter. If we compare these, let me cover this first. If we compare these, there are contact points there for communication. This is a new lens, and on the body, those contact points is on a island, right, which is higher than the surrounding. On the newer lens, this ring is almost 58 millimeters. On the film lens, this ring is 55.5 millimeters roughly. That means this metal ring, when it's mounted, is inside this plastic ring that is interfering with this protrusion. This is Mamiya AFD body. You can see in the beginning there is only one row of contact points, 8 of them, on a boss or step protrusion island, whatever you want to call it. Back then, this ring will clear the outside of this island. So this will mount to an AFD body. But later, Phase 1 added these contact points for other communications. As you can see, it's definitely used by this lens. We need to remove some of this ring so it can go into the body. And you can see the contact points are here. Here is the small tab of the mount. What we need to remove is from the center, or this mounting screw roughly, from here to the middle of this slot. We need to remove this section of the inner ring. And bring a knife. Any knife is fine. Mark where we need to remove is basically above this ring here. So start from the middle of the slot. It doesn't have to be super accurate, but at least this mark or this line will give me an indication of how deep I should remove this ring, or how much I should remove it to roughly to this screw. So you can see the shiny line there going from roughly this screw to the center of this slot, which is here. Now I need to remove this. I recommend getting a dedicated 00, 000 Phillips head screwdrivers. This set came with a phone screen replacement I bought, and this tip happens to be the right size, and it's very durable. It's much better than my interchangeable kit. Those 000 bits are stripped after a few uses. So what we need to remove is this ring, not the mount. There are 3 screws here. Only remove this. Also keep this handy. So we need to remove this section of the ring above the cut line. So you need a file. You can do it with a triangle file, it's fine, but I prefer to use a flat file with a safe edge. That's a safe edge, right? The edge has no teeth, it cannot cut. The other edge has teeth, it can't cut. You'll find others like this with both safe edges, not very good for this mod, or some files without a safe edge, also not suitable for this. At least I don't recommend it. So find the edge, use your finger as a guide. I'll use the left side of the flat file and cut with the edge. I'll have the left side roughly in the center or align with the center of the ring. I'll have my finger here to protect it from or prevent it from going too far forward. That will scratch the inside of the ring, right? There's 8 partial strokes. It went about 2/3 of the way. 4 more strokes. There's on that line. And I'll switch to the other side. I'll leave, my fingernail will be roughly the thickness of this file. So now I use the right face going through the center of this ring, still use my finger as a stop. Okay, well, this metal is really soft. It's probably aluminum. You can see it bends a little, but that's fine because it will not have contact with anything after modifying our bend it back. So now we established the 2 ends of this mod, and we just need to use the cutting edge and finish the middle. It's roughly 8 strokes. Because it's bent, I don't want to bend it more. That's why I'm filing outwards, but after that, it's fine. Once I have enough clearance, maybe after this cut, I can use the flat side and with the safe edge facing inwards and just finish the rest. With the safe edge on the inside, I wouldn't widen this mod anymore than I have to. I think that should be good. This part is still a little bit above the line. A few more passes. Okay, that should be good. I'll also use a knife or anything you like to remove the burr on the inside. And on the outside, so I won't cut myself or damage anything else. And I will also chamfer the tip of this just a tiny amount so it's not sharp. This is definitely aluminum, so it won't be very sharp anyways. Okay, other than the bend here, the mod should be done. All right, let's clean this up. Okay. It's so soft I can bend it with my thumbnail. Just align the slot with the pin, and there's no way you can put it on wrong. And put the screws back in. It doesn't have to be super tight because we need to take it off at least one more time. Okay. Right dot to right dot, and it goes on. Right, and you think you're ready to take photo. A few things. You need to change this to manual mode, so you're manually selecting the aperture. Another thing is, if you want to take a photo now, it wouldn't. See, I'm pressing the shutter. It's not doing anything. You need to go into menu, capture setup, and go pretty far down the menu and find manual lens, turn it on, and you're good to go. Go minimum focus. See if we can focus on that can. Okay. Yep, this spray can with the legendary 81.9. Turn it off. Make sure everything's off. Lens cap on. Okay, this is the time I said you need to take the ring off at least one more time. You can see all these shiny parts other than the part that bent. You want to paint it matte black. And now this, what this is for, just paint this ring matte black, at least all the faces facing backwards. I have a flat black paint. I'm gonna do that next. I'm modifying all three lenses I have, so I just paint them together. That should be more than enough. After probably 2 hours, it's dry enough to handle. Now I can put them back.这一次装就可以稍微紧一点了。You can tighten them a little bit this time because we're not expecting to take it off anytime soon, but it doesn't have to be overly tight. Okay, that's it. definitely most looking forward to this lens. 81.9. Let's go take some photos.